my name is Maribel and I'm going to be your teacher for today. So today we're going to be building another amazing animal. This animal is one of the largest animals that you can find, and it's known for having a very long neck. Today we're going to be building, can you guess? A giraffe. So how would you describe a giraffe? Giraffes are mammals, and they're some of the largest mammals on Earth. They're known for having very long necks, very long legs. And what do you notice about the color of the giraffe? They have light colored hair, but you notice that they have a bunch of dark spots around their bodies. So giraffes have very long legs that are very powerful and they use to defend themselves. And they have very long necks that help them reach food from high trees. As well as their skin, they have light hair and they have dark spots all over their body. So what do we know about where giraffes live? Do you often see a giraffe when you're going outside? Do you see them in the parks? Probably not. Giraffes like to live in the African savanna or open woodlands. That means that giraffes live in places near the equator, places that don't have a lot of grass, and trees are few and far in between. So giraffes live in places with a lot of sunlight and a lot of warm weather. So you'll generally only see giraffes in Africa. So what do you think a giraffe then would love to eat? We mentioned they have those very long necks, which help them get food from different trees. So giraffes love to eat food like leaves, some fruits, twigs, woody plants, and different types of flowers. Now when a giraffe is in trouble, this is where they use their long necks and their long legs to defend themselves. So having very long legs, giraffes have a very powerful kick. So if they ever feel threatened or if they're in trouble, they'll use their long legs to defend themselves. And they use their long necks as weapons too. So they have some common enemies. What are some animals that you know live in Africa and places near the equator? So giraffes So a lot of giraffes encounter animals like lions and leopards, animals like hyenas, and African hunting dogs. They all live in generally the same parts of Africa, and they don't tend to get along. So usually when a giraffe is feeling threatened, it means that they've come across a lion or a leopard, a hyena. So today we're going to be building our own giraffe model, and there's going to be some similarities and differences between our model and a real giraffe. So what are some similarities between the giraffe that we're going to be building today and a real giraffe? We're going to make sure that we have that very long neck and long legs. We're going to make sure we get the two antlers on the top of its head. And what are some differences between our giraffe and a real giraffe? So giraffes can grow up to 4 to 6 meters high. Do you think the giraffe we're building today is going to be 4 to 6 meters high? Definitely not. So the giraffe that we're building today is going to be a lot shorter than a real giraffe. So with that being said, we're going to get started on our build. Make sure you have all your pieces in front of you. And let's get started. So to begin, take two 2x2 blocks, place them right next to each other, and taking another of the same block, you're going to put that on top of those two 2x4 blocks so that you create a pyramid and they're all attached to one another. You're going to create the same build with another 3 set of blocks. So you should have 2 pyramid-like shapes. And now you're going to put them right next to each other. And this is going to help create the body of our giraffe. So take 2 more 2x4 blocks. So make sure there's 2 and there's 4 on the side. And you're going to put that on the sides of our body, making sure that they go on the opposite direction. That way, we have a rectangular block, and that's going to be the base for our giraffe's body. Now, of course, we have to create the very long legs that we talked about. So you can put your body aside, and we're going to build 4 legs for our giraffe. So to build one leg, take 4 2x2 blocks. So that's your square block. You're going to take 4 of them, and pile them on top of one another. Taking your 2x2 block, making sure that there's an inward curve at the front, so that has a slope. Put that right under your tower of 4x4 blocks. So that's one of our legs, and we're going to create. So that's one of our legs, and we're going to create 3 more to create the 4 legs for our giraffe. Again, we have 4 square blocks, putting a slope at the bottom. We have our 3rd leg, built the same way. That is our 4th leg. So now we have to attach this to the bottom of our giraffe. Now, how many legs do you think we want at the back? 2, of course. So we're going to put 2 of the legs at the back of the giraffe's body, and put the remaining 2 legs at the front. And you can see we have our very long legs for the body of our giraffe. And now we just have to go on and build the very long neck. So to do that, you're going to take 5 of your square pieces, so they're 2x2, and you're going to stack 5 blocks on top of one another to create a very long tower that's going to serve as the neck to support the head of our giraffe. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to place that in the middle at the front of your giraffe. It's going to be on the same side of the front legs. So you're going to take a 2x2 brick piece and put that on the top of the neck. Take another 2x2 piece, and this is going to serve as the head for our giraffe. Now taking 2 2x2 pieces, making sure that they have a slope at the front. Put that on each side of the brick that we just put on. And can you guess what part of the giraffe that is? That's right, that's going to be the head of our giraffe. So now we're just going to build the antlers. So to do that, take two 2x4 pieces and stack them right on top of one another. And place that on the top of your giraffe's head. Now taking 4 square pieces and stacking 2 on top of one another. So you have 2 pieces like this, 2 small towers, and you're going to put that on the ends of the top of your giraffe's head. And these are going to be the antlers to our giraffe. So our giraffe has 2 ears on the side of its head. They're very small, but they also have antlers at the top of their head as well. So the last thing to do, finish off the head. Take a 2x2. So the last thing to finish off the rest of the head, take a 2x4 brick and put that at the front of your giraffe's head. And the last thing to do is to create the tail. So to create the tail, take 2 blocks that are of 2x4. Put one on top of the other, making sure that they're a little slanted, so it should only be resting on 2 of the pegs from the bottom 2x4. And just connect that to the back of your giraffe. And that's it. We have our tail. We've completed our giraffe. And notice how we have the very long neck of the giraffe, the very long legs of the giraffe. And although our giraffe isn't spotted, most giraffes have light colored skin and brown spots around them. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Do you guys remember what a giraffe loves to eat? So they use their necks to reach food from trees. So they love eating some fruits. You see them eating different sorts of plants, leaves, twigs. And what about where giraffes love to live? They love warm temperatures, so they live in places near the equator in Africa. So they live in places with not a lot of grass on the ground, and the trees are very few and far in between. So they live in places with a lot of sun. And they don't tend to get along with which kind of animal? With lions, hyenas, and when they feel threatened, giraffes will use their long neck not only to get food, but they use it as a weapon as well, and they use their long legs to protect themselves. So once you're done with your build, you can feel free to decorate it. You can make a whole family of giraffes. You can give it a longer neck. You can make it a lot taller. And that is everything. Once you're done with your build, put all your pieces away. Make sure to clean up. And I will see you for the next build. Bye everyone.